I still remember the way she said it. It's etched into my mind, a perfect, cold little carving. She wasn't angry, she wasn't guilty. Not really. She was just tired, exhausted, like she'd been running a marathon I didn't even know she was in. We were sitting on opposite ends of our couch, the same couch where we'd watched countless movies, where I'd held her after a bad day. But that night, it felt miles long. We were like two strangers waiting for a bus, heading in opposite directions. She wouldn't look at me. Her gaze was fixed on some invisible spot on the wall. Her fingers were twisting her wedding ring over and over, as if it was suddenly too tight or maybe burning her skin. Then she spoke, and her voice was so soft it was almost a whisper. "I think we should just be friends." The words hung in the air, thick and suffocating. And then came the part that didn't just break my heart. It shattered it into a million pieces. She added, "My ex. He needs me more right now." I laughed. It was a strange sound, hollow and humorless. I laughed because the absurdity of it was overwhelming. It felt like I'd been dropped into a movie with a terrible script. Your husband doesn't need you. The man who worked 2 jobs to pay off the debts you brought into our marriage. The man who held you through panic attacks so bad you couldn't breathe, who literally talked you down from the ledge. The man who stood up to your own family when they turned their backs on you, telling them that if they couldn't accept you, they couldn't have me either. That man doesn't need you. But I didn't say any of that. I didn't beg. I didn't yell. All the rage, the confusion, the betrayal lit, all just swirled inside me, and I swallowed it down. I just looked at her, this woman who was suddenly a stranger, and I nodded. Just a single, slow nod, and in that moment I felt something shift inside me. A door closed. That night was the strangest one of our entire marriage. She fell asleep almost instantly, a deep, peaceful sleep for the first time in months. The little frown line between her eyebrows was gone. She looked relieved. Meanwhile, I didn't sleep at all. I just lay there, staring at the ceiling, replaying her words over and over, trying to make them make sense. I felt like a detective at a crime scene, where the victim was my own life. She was crying because her fantasy had just collided with reality. The safety net was gone. The weeks that followed played out exactly as I had predicted. Her ex, having gotten what he wanted, money, an ego boost, the satisfaction of wrecking her life, again disappeared. He moved to a new city with a new girlfriend. There was no dramatic goodbye. No thank you for everything. He just vanished, leaving her completely and utterly alone. The hero she tried to be was left stranded on the battlefield she created. My revenge was complete. But it wasn't the kind of revenge you see in movies. I didn't yell, I didn't slam the door in her face, I didn't list all the ways she had betrayed me or humiliate her on my doorstep. There was no satisfaction in that. The real victory was in the quiet calm I felt inside. The hate, the anger, it had all burned away, leaving behind only a quiet, sad clarity. I could finally say the truth calmly, honestly, without an ounce of malice. I looked at her, this woman I had once promised to love forever, and I said, I needed you too. I let the words hang there for a second, letting her feel their weight. But you chose someone else. Then I gently closed the door. I didn't slam it. I just closed it. I leaned against it, listening as her footsteps slowly faded away down the hall. And for the first time since that night on the couch, for the first time since she said, let's just be friends, I felt truly, completely free. The weight I had been carrying for so long was finally gone. It was over. And a new chapter, my chapter, was just beginning. Thank you for listening to my story. If you've ever been through something similar, know that you're not alone, and the peace you find on the other side is worth the journey. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories. See you next time.